This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the Legends of Dragonore Arboryous figure, the Vernal Sage Healer. I think I pronounced two of those words wrong right off the bat. Of course, it also includes two parts of the divine armor of power in the corner, which, as we know, only one figure came with the two parts, right? Unless, because the knee can pop off of the boot, they're considering that to be two parts, but I doubt it. I think they must have designed Venetica's box first and then didn't change the information in the corner. But this guy would be basically their version of Moss Man. On the back, we have a lot of information about this guy. Arboryous, Vernal Sage Healer, Homeland, Botanica, Special Abilities, Growing Healing Herbs and Fruit, Weapon of Choice, Branch Club. The creatures of Botanica lived in harmony with the insects for what seemed like thousands of years until the insects began to revolt. None could determine the reason for the sudden change in the once peaceful insects. In order to find an answer, Arboryous, the community healer, traveled to the ancient forest of Rion, seeking the knowledge of the wise Scorchwing. Arboryous hoped that her vast wisdom could provide the answer he sought. Upon his arrival, the community healer found himself in the middle of a battle between the cavemen and a group of humans that he had never encountered before. Arboryous soon realized that the mysterious green entity that took to the skies on the levitating device had mortally wounded Scorchwing, and that the humans were defending the mighty dragon. Arboryous knew that his healing power could save Scorchwing, but first, he had to aid the humans in their fight against the forces of evil. Of course, each figure comes with one or two parts of the divine armor of power. You can collect them all and connect them to form the unstoppable divine armor of power. As part of this wave, we had Venetica, Chief Talon, and Arboryous as the good guys. And as the bad guys, we had Territor, the Bruticore Caveman, and Horrordame. I am so messing up all of these names. I'm just telling you that right now. I am so messing them up. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this package up. And one thing to note, this is another one of those ones where the plastic is coming off of the back. So let's see what we can do to maybe not damage the artwork as much, perhaps. I like how the club is just packaged in this little envelope baggie. Yeah, that's actually not too bad though when you look at it. I seriously do have a great appreciation for this plastic. Yes, I am in fact losing it to the bag here. I hate that plastic. So here we have the Legends of Dragonore little booklet that was coming with these second wave figures. And we get to see the insect people here. The creatures of Botanica lived in harmony with the insects for what seemed like thousands of years until the insects began to revolt. None could determine the reason for the sudden change in the one peaceful insects. In order to find the answer, Arboryous, the community healer, traveled to the ancient forest of Rion, seeking the knowledge of the wise Scorchwing. Arboryous hoped that her vast wisdom could provide the answer he sought. Upon his arrival, the community healer found himself in the middle of a battle between the cavemen and a group of humans that he had never encountered before. Arboryous soon realized that the mysterious green entity that took the skies on a levitating device had mortally wounded Scorchwing, and the humans were defending the mighty dragon. Yeah, you know what? We still haven't seen any of the cavemen pictured here. Arboryous knew that his healing power could save Scorchwing, but first he had to aid the humans in their fight against the forces of evil. And of course, we have the modular parts list here. We have the Warriors of the Galaxy listing and the Legends of Dragonore Wave 2 listed. And that's everything for that. Why do you guys have to tape every thing? Somebody at the factory was tape happy with this one. So, I mean, this is the possibility when they say two parts, they could be talking about this. But I doubt it. Once again, we'll do that armor when we get all the pieces. Here is his club made of wood, branch, whatever. Kind of curious how this grew like this, to be honest with you. Because the way this thing is growing, it should have been growing up from here. But this handle is very thin. Like, it should have been the outgoing branch. You know what I mean? So, nah, that's okay. So here we have our Arboryous. Ow. Put his head off real quick. Now, there are two parts for the head, at least here. This little inner part, which goes with, to hold it in place. And then the outer part. But looking at this guy's head, it almost looks like they might have some slightly translucent plastic in his eye holes. There, in his eye holes. In his eye sockets to make them stand out a little bit more. I mean, it could be paint, but it kind of looks like plastic to me. If anybody from the company watches this review, I know they have in the past watched some of my reviews, please feel free to let me know how that was done. But this is these are all modular with each other, and because all these pegs are the same. Ow. So, if you want to get creative, you can. You can also see my human centipede video or short that I did with these guys. Oh my god. So he's got like the harnesses designed like old He-Man harnesses, which I hate that design. But it looks good. The design's really nice considering that this guy is supposed to be, a plant person overall. And he actually might be the first male with plain feet. And he just has these little clip-on bits here. I probably should have paid more attention to the part list when you get right down to it, right? Oh, and the wrists actually pop off of here. Oh yeah, it's the female figures that don't have the removable arms. Or the removable wrists. So. And then he does have a belt. I don't know why any of these companies anymore, when they have the figures that come apart at the waist, bother with a thing like that. Because, the clasp there. Because I find it to just be pointless and a hindrance in most of the time. Articulation-wise, because this is designed after, like, the old Masters of the Universe figures. So it's based on 5-point articulation. So the head spins, the arms spin. Of course, we get stuck by the harness here. Actually, even the head kind of, with its design and the harness, doesn't really spin all the way around easily. You have to force it. Then we can spin at the elbow, or the forearm here, I guess, because of the bracer and the wrist. Obviously the waist, which we just popped off. The legs can go forward about that far, guys. And about back that far. Which, oddly enough, looks a little bit further back than the Masters of the Universe Origins guys go. As you can see, there is a boot cut here, so we can spin the leg around. And then we can go ahead and put his weapon in his hand. Put it that way. Or that way. However you want. Either way, it's going to hurt like hell if you get hit by that. So, like our other Legends of Dragonore figures that have been reviewed on this channel, he is made with a very high quality, dense plastic, and it is wonderful. He looks good. The sculpt is amazing overall. I do wonder if they could have done a better way to attach the shin guards there, but I'm not going to complain too much about that. The harness looks good. I just wish that they weren't using the old-fashioned straps back there. The weapon's a little bit silly on this guy. I mean, it's cool as far as a club goes, but it makes also no sense as how trees grow. Unless there's a special tree on Botanica there where tree branches grow into weapons. I mean, that's certainly possible. But yeah, this guy is pretty awesome looking. I love that head sculpt. It's amazing overall. and very detailed. But yeah, that's our look at our Arboryous figure from the Legends of Dragonore. And if you enjoyed this review, I would say please hit that like button. But currently speaking, I haven't seen a like button in a while. Though if it comes back, you can certainly hit it then. Club it, as it were. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense and catch the rest of the Dragonore reviews, obviously you can subscribe. Perhaps you might even want to go ahead and pound at that notification bell. Thank you for watching. Peace and love. The answer he thought sought. The answer he thought. Shit.